Why you gotta look at me like everything I do annoys the shit out of you this afternoon?
What we listen to?
Meanwhile, you're the one sitting there with 500 titties on your shirt that are significantly larger than the titties you're allowed to touch.
I'd say maybe about a good 720.
Ladies and gentlemen. It's not like guess the number of titties.
That's what I was going with. That's where we was at.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Is it 500 pairs? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome for the 1019th time.
Yeah, I think so.
Welcome to the Mason and Friends show, featuring that lady called Boob.
Hello.
As well as that dude called Big Mike.
Yeah.
As well as his Junus.
What's up, bitches?
And myself.
His name's Jube. Boobily.
It's a lot more than
Jubilee.
Juboobily.
Boobily.
Juboobily he is. And I'm Mahoney. Welcome to the Mason and Friends show.
What's happening, y'all? What's good out there today?
You know, living the dream, Michael. Living the dream.
Jew rocking his breast cancer awareness with titty shirt.
It's probably thousands of titties.
Yeah, I'd say about 1,000.
You got 11. You got 11 titties.
It would be a good party.
11 from here to here. This row right here is 11 titties right here. 11 sets of titties.
Well, you gotta figure that's at least 11 around, right? So that's, say, 120.
Yeah, that's like 120 something just on a sleeve.
Yeah.
So you got over 1,000 titties.
But they're small titties. Look, they're this big.
He's covered in titties, but they have
big your tits.
I told him earlier I did not approve because the titties definitely represent a larger breasted woman than me, but I was just playing around. I mean, I'm joking. And he said, he took it literally, and he said, babe, they're this big.
Look, if they didn't have the fucking little breast cancer awareness joint on there, you would think they're nutsacks.
You would think they could be anything.
I mean, it almost could be booties from a distance
that
before you see the nips. It could be booty.
Draws like a swimsuit.
Yeah, absolutely.
On some.
I don't know how I feel about it, y'all. I don't know how I feel about it. My man continues to make bold clothing
we go out in
choices.
public, and we gotta see the reaction.
That happens all the time. Yesterday when we were walking around and that little old lady looked at what you had on yesterday, your little fried chicken with like the little rooster with the blunt hanging out and he's all fucked up with the red eye.
Tacoma, man. I had to dress for the occasion. I
only caught one lady giving a dirty look over that.
Because he had chicken wing hoodie?
No,
it said fried chicken and it's a rooster cock with a blunt hanging out of his mouth and he's got the rimmed red eyes. He's got the stoner eyes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What kind of uptight old lady was that?
What kind of 42-year-old man walks around? Okay, I can play devil's advocate. I can play devil's advocate here.
A lot.
For every person that gives him a dirty look, there's a reason why. But the boldness in his clothing choice is actually one of the reasons why I fell in love with him. So
I wear the shirts that I got just for the reaction. Like that one joint I got from the sex convention where fat guys fuck better.
Yeah.
I wear that.
I put that on an Instagram reel.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. I got one that I wore yesterday that this kid at Food Line was laughing at. It was the one that I think Kid and them got me, where it says don't stop asking me why I'm an asshole, and I won't ask you why you're so fucking stupid. And this kid fucking lost it, yo. He was like, yo, man, I love your shirt, bro. I was like, hey, appreciate you, cool. No problem. You gonna bag these up?
Yeah, get back to work, dummy.
You know what I mean?
Take care of me.
Meanwhile, I'm walking around with hoodies for that, like, prevent suicide, like, they say you are enough, and then the back of it is like, if you're reading this, please know that you are meant to be here on this earth.
Yeah, I seen those the other day at the
I have one, yeah, I know.
convention I went to.
I'm so lame. And I have another one that says, like, inclusivity is my love language, and this man is walking around with 500 teddies on his shirt.
And you're inclusive. He's inclusive. He doesn't love just one titty. He wants all the titties to be well.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Can't.
He's spreading awareness.
I can't.
Spreading awareness.
I think he's trying out the hot pink because we were talking about getting married the other day, right? Which we often do sometimes just to, like, throw it around. But he said we were talking about colors of the wedding. And initially...
Aren't we going to do this on Halloween? Come on now.
That's... Okay, so that is still a possibility. But Halloween doesn't fall on a weekend again for like another 100 years.
It doesn't matter.
So,
it doesn't matter. When you have Halloween parties at party time...
So like the weekend of the 27th could be the wedding. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I like that thing. But everybody's going, no, that's what's happening. And the whole point of that was so that we would surprise everybody and walk out, you know, in bride and groom attire and be like, suckers, y'all are gonna, but everybody knows now, so
everybody knows what?
That we would just like pull a wedding out of a Halloween party.
Not everybody. That's what the fucking invitation's gonna say.
Not everybody knows.
Bring your fucking costume, motherfucker. What are you talking about?
I thought we were gonna do it as a surprise.
You can't say, hey, we're gonna have a fucking party over here, and then 3 motherfuckers show up.
First of all, that would never happen.
We're having a party.
No,
or it's 7 motherfuckers show up because you're saying I'm just having a party.
If you tell them it's a wedding, then they're more likely to show up. And they're going to RSVP. They're going to say, yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, then you got 300 pounds of brisket sitting over there. You got 12 people over here fucking leaving like Uncle Buck and shit because there's fucking $900 worth of brisket over here.
Everybody taking home like big ass.
I like how
everybody's busy, not busy.
All right, so here's the thing, babe. Whatever the venue, the date, the time, or the place, you will not be doing the brisket. We can have somebody. You're getting married.
He's like, man, I got to pay somebody to cook brisket. I know how to cook.
I like it to be at 420. You know, kickoff time, but that's too late.
We're at 420 kickoff time.
You tie the knot at 420. You kick off at 2. And everything's set in place at 4:20. You've got the knot tied. Do you? I do. Do you? I do. What time is it? 4:21. God damn, ain't that something? Fire them up if you got them. Let's go, y'all. It's party time. We'll hit the dance floor and shake a damn thing.
As you introduce Mr. and Mrs. Jew, you hear the little Wayne lighter. You know how I used to do this lighter at the beginning of every rap joint? I do. Yeah. You hear that light up?
Nah, it's like just blaze.
So anyway, I
that's how it's going to be Jew Budden at the wedding.
The colors, because we were talking about what colors we would like, and this is not something I would agree to, per se. I would have to do a little more research, but we were talking about baby blue and pink, hot pink.
Okay.
Or I thought black, because I'm like, I want my bitches in black, and then he can have his bros in hot pink, right? Because y'all motherfuckers surprisingly pull off hot pink better than any bitch I've ever seen.
That's why his name is always highlighted in pink at the beginning of the show. If you ever watched the video, you'd know.
That
the Jew has had his name in pink at the beginning forever.
That was a choice?
I don't know if I even gave him a choice. I just put him on.
I was about to say,
because he'd always be rocking pink. He had a song called Pink Shirt before the show ever started.
That I did not know.
The Jew unit has been on that pink shirt.
Damn, I don't remember that one.
I do.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we got to bring that up. You know, since we're wide open on Spotify again, you know what I'm saying? We bringing up the pink shirt with the Jew if I got that shit on here.
Okay, well that brings up my next point though. We can come back around to the pink shirt song.
Are you serious? Oh yeah, wait a minute.
No, I want to know, are you going to be willing to wear black? Because we did a coin toss for whose side of the aisle you're going to have to stand.
This is me.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, you sir. Because he Big Black Hannah, he ain't going to come over on the ladies' side. I haven't known him long enough. I think it does make sense for him to be a groomsman.
With the women too.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, the Jubu is asking me to be on the bridesmaid side.
I just want to know. That was my. I mean, I didn't want to say bridesmaid.
Lisa, are you telling me you want me to hang out with 3 to 5 scantily clad ladies next to you?
You're assuming that my friends will be scantily clad?
Yeah, but then
I know who will be. I know who the one that will be scantily. Your sister. He's the only one that can handle her. And she'll be the only one that's scantily clad. I bet you now. I bet you now.
So you think his sister is going to be scantily clad at the wedding?
He can't
If
walk
I
my
give
sister now 'cause
options, yeah.
he's gonna be on
He'll be
her
on your
side.
side.
Oh yeah, you guys come walk down
He's about
together.
to walk a dude
You're
down.
gonna have to, or Jen, if Jen's one of your groomsmen.
That's funny as shit, dude. If you have Jen and I go down to Lisa's side.
Yes, that's exactly
That's
what we
fucking
should do.
hysterical. And we come
Honestly,
down together.
that's it.
Bro, that'd be hysterical.
That's it. We
Oh my
just decided that's what's gotta happen.
That is pretty funny.
So that makes what? Mike for you.
I wouldn't fight about this. I'd
we
let
got-
y'all fight it out.
We got Mike on your side. We got Jimmy on your side. And then Jen. And then are you gonna be nice and do Dan since I'm doing Samantha? You should do
You're not
Dan.
sure if Dan's gonna pop the
You
fuck
should
up.
do Dan.
Shit, you should leave the both of them on the sidelines straight up.
Yeah,
you
you know
really
what?
want to get down to
You're
it.
not hurt nobody's feelings if you did.
No, because I've already had too many drunken conversations with a sister where I promised her on my life
That's
I would.
your fault.
That is your fault.
But you don't understand the years of reciprocity
but
that
that
it
bitch is
will
closer.
create.
That's also true. She is close.
If your brother
Touche, no,
is too
touche.
far away to show up to be a groomsman in your wedding, that's
Hold
fucked
on.
up.
Here,
Probably too
Lisa.
busy to show up for 4 or 5 fucking days.
Yeah.
Let's put it like this. I've met the
motherfucker didn't
Jew's
show up.
My
sister.
brother probably won't even show up at all, so I really have no room to
I've
judge.
met the Jew's sister. I've never met the Jew's brother.
You've never been.
Never
Nope.
met.
Wow.
Never met.
What do y'all call him? Black boy?
Black boy.
I never met Black Boy.
Okay.
And that's why I be like, fuck Black Boy. I go on the show talking shit
Not
about
too
him.
many people have met Dan. Dan been gone a long time.
Yeah, he disappeared forever ago, and
Really?
he ain't
But
never
he's
been
such a
back.
legend, I
He-
feel like.
that nigga left what?
Well, his dating history is a
2000,
legend.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, 2001 he been
I
gone.
don't think I was aware. Well, that makes sense. So what basically happened? You were friends with him first, right?
Uh-huh.
And then what? He
'Cause me
moved
and
away,
Black-
and you were like, "Okay, we'll just sub in his little bro."
Nah, man, fucking. All right, so
I would hang out.
this
fucked up,
is
Mike.
Sub in your little brother, dog.
this is what happened with me and Black Boy. So
We
me
need
and
another
Black Boy,
skinny, semi-Asian
we
guy.
met each other in junior high, right? We met each other in junior high. We
KK.
were cool in junior high. We were cool in high school.
Uh-huh.
While we're in high school, he goes, "Yo, introduce you to my brother. He's a Jew." And I was like, "Oh shit, bro! I didn't know y'all were Jewish." You know what I mean? My bad. All these years.
Ah, so fucked up.
It's so stupid.
I
I hate
can't.
this story because
was
it's intensely stupid. It's part of why I don't like Dan. Please. Mike, continue.
He was like, "When you meet him, you'll understand."
20-year hate.
Listen to this. No. Ain't no hate. I'll be like, fuck that dude.
He said, "When you meet him, you'll understand."
Uh-huh.
I meet this little fucker, this little hyperactive ball of a motherfucker, man,
He was
bouncing
so hot in
around.
high school. So hot.
This nigga was in middle school when I met him.
So hot.
He
so.
could.
Jesus
Calm
Christ,
the fuck
Lisa.
down. Can the man tell a story?
The first thing out this motherfucker's mouth was, "Big dog, big dog.
Take a compliment.
You got any weed?" I'm like, "Nigga, who the fuck is this?" Like, bro, you're a kid. Like, you just don't randomly ask people that
He's
shit.
like, come on, Slim.
He just farted, y'all. I'm sorry.
I heard it.
He looked
I don't
at
know
me.
what that was.
That was
He
that.
did
I
a
didn't-
little clanky
I
clank.
didn't press the button.
Cheers, and he went.
I don't know what that was.
But then he got into high school. Well, the thing with his brother was always cock blocking. He was.
That's why that's the primary reason I don't fuck that dude.
Because see,
Because I've heard stories about cock blocking, and I'd be
this
like, what the fuck?
motherfucker- Me and him would go out places, and he would get
Oh,
mad.
honey, that's
We would
sad.
go out to places and fucking. I'd randomly just get a shorty's number. Like, yo, we would be in the mall. I'm like, yo, man, I'll be right back real quick. I see this shorty. I go holler at her real quick, get the number, set something up. He said, man, how the fuck is that happen? I'm like, bro, you just go over there and talk to him, man. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck? You act like you can't do the same shit.
I didn't know Mike taught the Jew how to talk to girls.
I didn't teach him
No,
shit.
this is Dan.
This
He's
is
talking
Black
about.
Boy.
Dan was
Listen to the story.
asking.
Black
Yeah.
Boy's the one that was jealous of Mike's ability.
Put no more listening in
Put him on in there.
Yeah, so Black Boy used to get mad about shit. So then, what happened was, when I would meet a shorty, Black Boy would always go, "Well, he's a player." You know what I mean? He's a player. That's all he does. He's a player type
That's
shit.
so manipulative.
Game killer. That's game killer. He's
But
trying to
look,
kill his game.
I know.
He never could because I was always truthful with women when I was dating them. I'm like, look, I'm not a player. I'm just a connoisseur of women.
I'm
I
not a
love
player. I
women.
just fuck a lot.
And secretly,
know
we
what I
all
mean?
want to tame a player.
So,
we want to be the prize.
What I
so.
would say is I'll be
It might
truthful.
work.
Like, look, I'm not just dating you. I'm dating other people as well. So you choose whether or not you want to roll with a motherfucker or not.
Oh my God, you like initiated the pick me syndrome immediately.
Exactly.
That's fucked up.
No, it's not. That's the choice.
This
you
is what's
made a
wrong
choice.
with women, though. At that age, they don't know. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know they're pick me girls. They just want to be like, he's dating other people, but I'm pretty sure I'm number one.
That wasn't my problem. I gave you the option. So you know what you're walking into.
Mike.
But hold on. It gets worse because, see, as he would say, like, I'm a player, this motherfucker was a house pimp. And I always called him out for it. Other women didn't catch on till it was too late. Dad would find a woman that had issues, or if she had a house, he'd all of a sudden move into the house. As when he lived in the house, he started doing fix shit. Mr. Fix It.
Yeah.
So he became a house
triggering.
Whenever shorty had a house, that's who he was with.
And then they would die and he'd find another. Oh, wait a minute.
That's only happened twice. No, I'm just kidding.
But it's happened.
It's like 1.5 times, maybe?
Yeah, 1.5. But either way, every shorty he's been with since fucking high school, all have had, matter of fact, after we graduated, all have had a house. Like, he's never owned his own shit. It's always been, what shorty has a crib, let me get in the crib.
Not present day, though. Present day, he got the house.
That was after the bullshit that happened with the laka.
Or he just met some double D fake titties and decided to, bring more to the table.
No.
It was because he was homeless and he had to. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's because the bitch had 2 cribs.
Exactly.
Okay.
They moved out of one. She kept the one. He moved it. He stayed in the other one.
Yeah.
How can I like this guy?
The man has this. This is a skill set he's always had.
Scavenger. Yeah, I like it.
And the funny part is, as motherfucking bitches would be mad at me, like he had this one chick, man, old Mern. She hated me.
What's her name?
That's what we called her, Mern.
Mariah was her real name.
Yeah, but we called her Mern.
Okay.
She hated me with a passion.
Okay.
But she didn't realize that she was getting played the entire fucking time. And I'm like, bitch, you getting upset with me because I do this, but I'm truthful to women. This motherfucker's been lying to you, but I ain't saying that because I never knocked his game. I'm not going to fucking put salt in your shit.
He would knock Mike's game.
He would knock my shit.
But Mike wouldn't knock
because
his
there's rules to this. There's rules to this shit. It's broke though.
And Mike follows them, and Dan don't.
Exactly.
White girls, black girls, all girls?
Yeah, any kind. I ain't give a fuck.
Well, Dan didn't either. He just wanted to win.
No, Dan needed a house.
Oh, okay. That's
He needed a place to live.
Dan fuck with most.
Dan's a gold digger.
Dan fuck with mainly white women.
About a gold digger. Okay.
Yeah, it was mostly white. Yeah, he didn't have too many black women.
I mean, Laka, of course, was
Al-Qaeda,
different, you know what I mean? But
she was
some of the Sandish descent.
Don't call all Middle Easterns.
Whatever, man. They fucking running up my gas right now. Fuck them all, man.
That's not who ran up your gas, but all right.
It started. They got something to do with it. The motherfuckers got something goddamn to do with it.
They're definitely involved.
Fuck any motherfuckers last.
They could open the Strait of Hormuz if they didn't want
It's time warp to September 12th, and the Jew just showed up.
That's how he ended up in South Carolina, was because Laka had houses down there. That's how he ended up down there.
Okay.
And he just stayed down there because he ended up getting a house from all the bullshit that happened with him and Laka.
So, did he just cockblock you, or did he cockblock the Jew? He cockblocked everybody.
Yes. This motherfucker, you couldn't cockblock this thing because he never was allowed out the house.
Oh.
He wasn't allowed to come out.
Hence the name.
Yeah. That's why he
locked down.
This is why he ended up with the first girl he met.
Yeah.
Oh, babe.
You remember seeing Ferris Bueller?
Yes.
When he says, and he's gonna marry the first girl he lays.
Yeah, that was it.
Aw, don't call
That's what happened, my man. That's what happened to my man
out on that.
He knows that's the truth.
I wasn't gonna bring up the V card part of it.
I don't think that was a V card issue.
Nah.
But maybe it was. I don't know how many bitches the Jew fucked before he got with his baby mama. But his baby mama was the first girl he loved, I suppose.
I remember the national anthem.
Well,
at the
that
football
is for
game.
sure.
That's my presumption. But that's commendable, though. If that was his first girl, that's commendable. In a sense, that he's that, locked in, like, fuck it. I love you. Let's go.
Okay, every little boy that gets pussy for the first 6 months is locked in. And then if that bitch ends up pregnant within a year or two, you're like, well, all right, at least I'm...
Yes,
it is. Okay, let's go ask my son that just lost his virginity. He literally came to me the other day, and he was like, I think out of all my parents, you would be the one that would give permission for me to get married. And I was like, what the fuck?
Hold on.
I was like, do you want to marry this girl? And he was like, no, but I think I could get you to agree to it. And I was like, are you kidding me?
That's a totally different kind of flex, Lisa. He's trying to flex on you like he's able to manipulate you. That is
I know. He
hasn't entered his asshole stage yet.
No, he has. Jude's been in an asshole stage since he was 2.
No, he sounds like an asshole.
No.
He's been in a judgy,
when his heart really gets broken, that's when the asshole's gonna come out. Because that's when a man shifts his mindset. When that first real heartbreak hits.
Because he's had a couple little breakups where he got real upset, but I think she may be the one if she does something and like that.
If they break up, it's gonna devastate him.
Yeah, because if she's the one that busts the cherry on him, then yeah.
Well,
that's gonna fuck me. It's gonna piss him off a little bit.
It's healthier to just burn through your first couple.
Well, yeah.
In a sense.
That's my advice to your
I don't know what
freshly
the advice
de-virginized
is.
son.
It really is.
Move on, boy. Find another one.
This is either the best or the worst advice anybody has ever received on
Yeah.
It's somewhere in the middle, probably.
It's either great, I don't know, it's either spot on or it's fucked, bro.
Yeah. Because your first one, you always remember the first one.
I know.
Not always fondly. At least he can remember her fondly. If he's like,
yeah, exactly.
I got to go before this becomes ugly.
Well, he's not.
No, there's nothing to do with physical attractiveness. It's about the interaction between them. You know, like if you can decouple where it's acclimable on both sides, where everybody's like, it's cool, I still like you, I wish you the best. That's way nicer than like, oh, okay, now I don't trust you and you're gone.
That would be what would happen with the two of them, is that it would be an
amicable I saw you with that bitch. Why you with her?
No. They're not at all like that. You guys don't understand the caliber that he like the shit that this kid does to woo this girl. It is incredible because I think it's on me. I think I like overdid it a bit with the kid on how much I wanted to make sure.
How much you should dote over a female you're into?
Yes. Well, not dote. Don't confuse it. But how much you actually need to do to make her think and believe that you're doting on her so that she feels doted upon. You don't actually got to do all that
Jesus
much.
Christ,
but you
Lisa.
do have to write a card.
You
need to.
Reassess.
No.
Just on what you had said.
No. This is the thing, right?
So
shut the fuck up. I have just taught them to be considerate and emotionally intelligent, which is really all we need, right?
Hold on, but this is where it's gonna fuck up on them, though.
I think it's gonna fuck up for her if she ever breaks up with a dude, because I don't think she's ever gonna meet a guy that is as considerate and sweet as you. He's gonna ruin her when she finds out most men are terrible.
Listen to what I'm saying, though.
Okay.
So are most women. She might be a terrible one. You don't know.
He might be doing this now.
Okay.
But his heart get broke on some shit. He gonna be like, man, I did all this shit and this bitch still didn't want to fuck with me.
He's gonna turn into a villain. I know.
All boys story, villain stories start there. Their heart gets broken one time. Then he's like, man, fuck, I ain't gonna do none of this shit.
No, don't a lot of villainous stories start when someone gets murdered and then they have a vengeance on their heart?
No, it can be like the villain story.
I don't know, dog.
But look,
it can start because of a traumatic event.
Well, you remember all the different stories the Joker told about how he got his scars?
Yeah, but Batman's villain story occurred when his parents
Some of them were more like, I love this girl. Some of them were more like, fuck the world.
But see,
you know what I'm saying? All of those are potentially true of any male that you come across.
But see, hold on. He still got to go through this phase. See, he's still young in his love part, right?
Young love.
So he's in the puppy love stage, right? Heart breaks. Then he turns into the little asshole. Finds out that some of these women like the asshole. He's like, well, shit, I don't need to do all this stuff.
He already knows that. I'm his mother.
You're his mom. You're not the girl.
He has actually said that to me before. He's like, I think that you kind of like being treated like crap. That's what he said. Not about the Jew. He is the only one.
I don't even know what sound effect to hit right now.
He's like,
womp womp
womp.
But some women like assholes.
I know.
And then he'll be like,
and little boys are
need,
super protective of their mother.
and I don't need to do this shit. I don't need to do this shit because fuck. I don't need to give her all this shit because she likes the asshole part.
I really hope he doesn't, because then we're gonna have to start dealing with girlfriends that are crazy. Because the girls that are attracted to the guys that treat them like shit and are assholes in general are the girls that end up like, you know, like off their rocker, obsessed, and are constant. Like it's going to be annoying.
That one right there, that's not also true either. I've seen some crazy ass broads, and they weren't assholes. There was one broad.
Well, I'm not an asshole, but I always notoriously was attracted to assholes. But they usually are the most damaged, needs therapy kind of girls.
That's how everybody
Not
ends up.
assholes.
Yeah.
I just think that they're probably like borderline mentally ill, or they just need lots of therapy.
Need a hug every once in a
Why
while.
would you choose the guy that's mean to you? I don't know. He's doing way better than I ever did.
I
When
don't
was
understand
his
that either, but
my first boyfriend.
that seems to be the way a lot of chicks are, because they're all mentally damaged. But so are the males that are being jerks to them. You know,
exactly.
So it's like you end up in this like dichotomy with some person that's like
a lot of mental
the
damages.
opposite of your mental damage, and then you just end up all fucked up afterwards because you're like, damn, I should have seen that coming a mile away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, he's like second guessing yourself, and like these children have to get out there and like experience it a couple of times, and so do we as adults have to keep experiencing that shit. That's why I'm like, fuck that shit.
The crazy
'cause
part with
I ain't
these
got the
kids
time
now,
to figure it out with these.
They
bros.
really don't even know how like what rejection is. Remember back in the day, you go up to a shorty holler, and she be like, "Nah, I ain't want to deal with you." All right, bet, cool.
Well, like,
you
but
learn
you
to
have
deal
to.
with that no.
But you have to like. There's like. It's very difficult to just roll up on somebody in public somewhere, or even find someone that's roll-upable on in public somewhere.
Now,
like,
yeah.
It's very difficult to have that. Like, let me just go out and play. Like, you can't do the
I
boomhauer.
rolled on everybody.
You can't do the boomhauer from like where you go to the shoe sale and you just talk to every girl at the shoe sale.
Yeah.
Like you know, like you could, but it's like they'll call the cops on you nowadays. They'll be like,
there's
"There's a
that
guy out
too.
here asking everybody out. You got to come arrest him or run him off or something," because nobody's comfortable with just being approached in public.
Well, I mean, I disagree, because I feel like
Should I go to the shoe store to try to find a date to y'all's wedding?
no, maybe.
Is there a ladies'
You
store
want to know?
that
Okay.
I should go to that's full of ladies and be like,
It's called a winery.
"Hey, see, but that's
It's
the thing.
called a bottomless brunch.
But these are not the
Go to a
places I
drag
want to
show.
find somebody.
Go to a drag show. You'll find great girls.
These are not the places I want to find
Well,
somebody.
I don't really want to walk around at a boat
brunch.
convention, but I'd like to have a guy that drives a boat. Like,
Fucking convention, goddamn.
I don't really want to hang out
Like,
at
what's the
Home
equivalent?
Depot, but I would like a dude that could build some shit.
But that's the quintessential question. What is the Home Depot equivalent
That's
for
what
a
I'm saying.
woman?
A winery,
No.
Home goods.
ceramic
Don't
thing.
drink wine and paint ceramics. Can you
Yes.
can you name something
Go
that's
to Home
not
Goods.
alcohol related? That I can be
Yes.
like, hey, they're like, oh, it's the
Home
chicken of
Goods,
Michael's.
but then they're going to be weirdly Christian, probably. But yes, Home Goods is a good one. Michael's is a good one.
As long as they fucking. But I'm saying you
Jesus
don't have a Michael's that is chock full of women. You go to Home Depot, every
No.
aisle there's a dude by himself that you could theoretically
yeah.
approach. Where?
Target.
Target, when they got
Yep,
usually them bitches
Target.
got a little bit of money. Mm-hmm. They usually you find a semi upper class in the Target.
And if,
See, no,
if it's their husband's
Not
money,
the upper class,
they're
the
probably
upper
bored.
class of the Walmart
No,
class.
but he needs Walmart.
You know
But
what?
they're the upper class of the Walmart class.
He needs
Fuck
Walmart.
you.
Walmart might be good, but
I need to find a bitch in her nightgown at 3 a.m.
Walmart Fairfax area. You know what I mean?
Okay, there you go. there
Homely
you go.
city bitch, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Yeah, but
homely
not
city
like a Walmart.
Not all the
Culpeper.
way city,
You know,
kinda
not like a
suburban,
Culpeper Walmart.
yeah,
You know what I mean? You gotta go a little
well, we've
more
already
towards the
determined
city.
on
You gotta-
Maybe
whatever.
Haymarket, Walmart.
Yeah,
at
there you go.
11:30
Okay, there you go.
p.m. You know what I mean?
Bristow.
Mason's not above it. We already talked about on
Yeah.
episode blah 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 that he would actually rescue the homeless girl. So
Yeah, I mean, I was half in love with that homeless girl.
I
Not as
know.
in love as I was with that bitch in Mexico.
because
was
you're
fine.
a romantic.
Look,
That's exactly right.
look, when I heard
seen
the
her and I was
episode.
like,
It's not low
when I heard
standard.
the
It's
episode,
romance.
You
I
should
went
have
to
brought
the
that bitch in
intersection.
Mexico back, man. We
I
could be
wish I
eating
could've.
papooses and shit right
Say,
now,
she'd be
man. Probably
sitting
some
on my lap
quesadillas
right
and
now,
shit.
dog.
Yeah.
We we'd have a great time. She'd be halfway to fluid.
Halfway to fluid.
She'd be halfway to fluid.
Her in the kitchen and shit, you know what I mean? When Drew's kitchen gets going and shit, she could have
I would like
been
to.
predominant
You
out
could
here.
always apply on to be on a dating show. You could find some homegirl and plot to do the 90-day
that would be
fiance thing.
fucking hilarious.
Do the 90-day fiance
Can
thing.
you see that motherfucker on a dating show, man?
I'm not that much of a romantic.
America would probably not like you. I mean, I love you,
They wouldn't like me at all.
No, they wouldn't. You would be labeled well.
Many
The
a
second
thing.
you
I'd
slipped
be
up
labeled
and said
many a
all
thing.
women are is the moment America won't like you anymore.
See, because I don't ever say all women are. I say
Yes, you
most.
do.
I said most of you women are not worth the
See,
time.
look, we had to do
is
a
what I
flavor of love.
always
We're gonna
say.
have to play
We gotta
that
do it a
1,000
flavor of love
episodes.
style.
Flavor of love for
Yeah,
me. I
yeah.
have 30 bitches in the house at the same
We have to
time.
do a
Like he's
flavor of
Flavor
love style.
Flav?
Yeah, I'm Flavor
Yeah.
Flav.
Women
And a
fight
shot of,
women?
Yeah.
or a shot of hate. Call it a shot of hate.
Shot of hate,
Yeah, so
yeah.
we can kick them off. We can be like, hate.
No, because I don't hate
actually
these
really
bitches. I'm just
good.
like,
Well,
what?
it's better than anything. Everything is
That
something
is
love,
very
blah,
funny.
blah, blah. So you got to go full opposite on that ass.
Okay,
you know
no,
what I'm
like I feel what you're saying now.
Yeah,
All
I mean,
right.
'cause
Flavor Flav did pour out some shit to say
Featuring
like
Mason and
rest in
Mason and
peace.
Friendship.
Trying to fuck. That's bam. There you go.
Damn,
No, because it's bigger than that. I'm too much of a romantic for just some trying to fuck
Okay,
shit.
okay.
I'm too old for just some
You
fuck
might
shit.
as well name a fuck boy if you're going to do all
Yeah,
that.
Mason's problem is that if he
Fuck
fucks, he's gonna fall in love. So it's gonna
That's
be
not
like
necessarily true.
trying
I
to
fucked-
fuck and
I
fall
fucked many
in
a chick that I
love.
wasn't particularly fond of. I don't want to put up with them.
I know, but if she let you keep
that's the
fucking her,
difference.
I think your tune would change.
I don't know if she was really annoying. It wouldn't. If I didn't like her, it wouldn't. If she just wanted to fuck out the gate, and then she
Do
turned out
men
to be
have that
obnoxious.
ability? Like women have that
Let's call
ability.
it
Yeah.
tolerate.
Yeah.
Can I tolerate you? Can you tolerate me? Welcome to your next episode of Tolerate.
Lisa, let me tell you something.
Happy day.
I only had technically a couple of girls, but I've dropped at least 300% more than I've been involved with. I've always been the dumper. It's not like I am locked in, like I
Okay.
can never be out of this relationship.
Well, yeah.
I reach my point and I go, all right, we're done. And then we don't talk anymore. And it's over. And maybe a decade
So-
or 8 years later or something, I might be like, "You okay if I see you around?" Or I know you live in like Santa Monica. I might be like, "Hey, I'm
Mason's that old
passing
boyfriend
through.
that's like, hi.
What's happening? Did your life suck?
So,
Hey, it's been 25 years. You ever have a kid? Oh no, I guess not, because you're too much of a crazy person
I got
to have
one
a
of
child
those.
with.
I literally got one of those. This guy Whiskey hit me up. We all called him Whiskey because his last name is a very Polish, long whiskey kind of last name.
Which
so
costs
for
whiskey.
short, we called him Whiskey. But he was a guy I dated my sophomore year at VCU.
Right.
And he was like a frat boy, right? But it was the pothead frat, so it wasn't like chug kind of. It was more just like, let's listen to Fish and play beer pong. But anyways, he was that boyfriend for sophomore year, and we were kind of serious, I guess. I met his parents, he met mine. We went on vacation one time together, but then I dumped him because I met a bad boy that I like was badder than him that ended up being baby daddy number one. Anyway, this dude and I haven't spoken. I thought he was dead. Nobody has known where Whiskey's been for years. I mean, it is like a Richmond question mark. People are like, has anybody talked to this guy? And everybody's like, no, we haven't seen him in years. I thought he was probably like in Alaska doing some like tuna fishing or something, because that seemed like
Right,
the course of action he would take.
fishing.
Yeah, hit me up on Instagram. I told the Jew about
Hey,
it.
you around?
But-
I just got back from the crab fishing season.
well, he just popped up out of nowhere, sent me a friend request on Facebook. He has like 40 connections so far. You can clearly tell the man's never been on Facebook, but he sent a friend request on Instagram. He has like 8 followers or something like that. But anyways, brand new to social media, I suppose. Hits me up and he's like, hello, it's been a long time. What have you been up to? And I'm like, we all thought you were dead, man. Like, where the fuck have you been? But at the same time, I'm sitting there and I'm like, what's really going on? My first thought was freshly divorced, right?
Could be.
Freshly divorced.
Seems feasible.
Yes. Second thing was like, just moved back to Virginia and is willing to drive 2 hours for pussy and thinks that repeat pussy is easier to get than new pussy. That was like my second or third thought.
Yeah,
Right?
that's feasible.
First thought was right. Freshly divorced. Probably looking for ego boosts. probably wants to come out on social media so that like former girlfriends like me can be like, you still look great, and he's gonna be like, thanks, I just got divorced. I don't have time for all that, but I was flat. I was like, I'm like, hey.
Oh shit!
What do they say about women?
All the fucking. You hear all the gears that return.
Yeah, I'm like, what is it they say about women and overthinking things? My God.
Overthinking or preparing for potential outcomes. No, that's the thing. My therapist told me it's called catastrophizing, and it's also
catastrophizing about every person that friends me on Facebook now.
So I'll tell you guys a good example. I got Andrew a shoe rack, a beautiful fucking shoe rack.
There you go.
For his birthday. It came 2 days early, and it was ginormous, and it was really expensive, okay? I opted not to go to Temu, and I actually bought it from, like, a nice place, and it's the shoe rack upstairs. Anyway, he texts me...
Non-Temu shoe rack!
Yes! Hey, for quality. So he texts me at, like, 6 o'clock, and he's like, did you get me a FedEx package? Question mark. And I was like, oh shit, it got delivered early. Happy birthday! Right? And then I don't hear anything for 30 minutes. And then I'm like, okay, maybe I'll just like put some out there to be like, this is the picture of it. Because I don't know what he got in the mail. It could just been like a shitty IKEA box that doesn't have a picture of what it's supposed to look like. So I try to be helpful. I send him a picture of the shoe rack. And another half an hour goes by. Another like 45 minutes goes by. And so I send the text and I'm like, if it's too big or you don't like it, I'll just come on Saturday and pick it back up and return it. Okay. Right?
And what is this about catastrophizing?
Okay, pause. So then another 15 minutes goes by. So now it's almost been 2 hours since he asked if I got him something. No conversation about it. But then, he comes back and he goes, busy, babe. And then writes back, I'm sorry, too busy for acknowledgement, manners, I don't even know, gratitude. And then he writes back, I'm putting it, or no, after he wrote busy babe, I wrote back, okay, well, I just assume that you didn't like it, that you hate me, and you want to get a divorce. That is catastrophizing. Yeah.
It sounds a lot like
what I was doing? Put the motherfucking thing together.
He was putting it together.
You were doing.
And as I'm telling my therapist the story, she looks at me and she's like, he was putting it together so he could take a picture of it for you, right? So he could show you how awesome it is, so he could say thank you then, right? And I was just like, well, yeah, but that's not what I thought was happening. I thought he was like, this bitch just added one more fucking thing to my to-do list, God damn it.
You took it to. You were assuming.
I know. So,
you gotta stop assuming.
I have learned that I have a tendency to catastrophize.
That's also called assuming.
I've been assuming, but also thinking that the worst possible thing is going to happen isn't an assumption, yes.
Yeah.
But catastrophizing is like
a nicer way to say
mental
assuming.
Issue.
No, not really. Like yesterday, going to fucking DC. Oh fuck!
We don't need another
My appendix
example.
is rupturing. That's what this means when I got a pierced pain in my left side of my stomach.
But what did I
My
do?
appendix is rupturing right now. Like we gotta pull over for emergency goddamn surgery in fucking Arlington. You know what I mean?
Say pull
Jesus
over.
Christ! I know you did, because you know goddamn well I wasn't. You know what I mean? But you just went right there. I got appendicitis. This what happens. Fuck, man. That's it. That's it. I'm out. I'm done. You know, it's gone. It's a big one, Elizabeth. Here I come, Elizabeth. Oh, that's all she wrote. You know,
that is not at all how I was
you gotta
acting.
take shit. What you got going on there?
But I even called it up. I said, hey, I think this is an example of what my therapist is talking about. I think this is me catastrophizing.
You know what the problem was? It was the button on them jeans, probably, babe. Once you button them things, you hang out a little bit more.
Put on my shit.
Went away. We're still alive.
So, yeah,
next thing you know, we were smoking a joint, come back from DC.
I did. I really just needed to unbutton my pants.
You assumed again.
It's not assuming. It's something that people with PTSD
That's past
have.
assuming, Lyle. When you got a pain, you all of a sudden you're dying. That's past
Okay,
assuming.
so people think that actually, like, catastrophizing can come
I gotta take
across
a shit,
as
man. My
being
ass
a
about to
drama
blow out.
queen. It could come across as being a drama queen, or it could come across as like a presumptuous bitch. But truly, apparently, so I think I do it because of just mental, like.
Because of men?
I think it's, no, I was going to say mental deficiencies, but that sounds horrible. I was going to say PTSD. It's a PTSD thing, man. People that have PTSD, they have a tendency to run through every possible scenario 100 times a mile a minute so that they can prepare themselves and protect themselves from potential danger.
Okay,
So
here
when
we
I
go.
catastrophize,
That
it's
sounds
not
like my
being a
opinion
drama
on
queen.
dating.
Hold on, listen.
Kinda.
Catastrophizing
Yeah, tell me.
is cognitive distortion
Yep.
where individuals.
Distortion.
Yep.
That's why, yeah, I know.
Where individuals habitually assume the worst case scenario, exaggerating potential negative outcomes of situations.
Yes.
So it's assuming times 10.
You are absolutely spot on when you say it's assumption, but it's not like I'm a presumptuous bitch. It's like, no, I actually like can't even help the repetitive negative intrusive thoughts, and I have to figure out ways through cognitive behavioral therapy because I can't get addicted to Xanax
Well,
and just
you have
be like
to be cognitively
all
aware
the
that you're
time.
being absurd when you're being absurd.
That's why I thought this was progress, because as I leaned my seat back and unbuttoned my pants with appendicitis, I realized I was
farted.
probably had gas and
That
was
motherfucker dropped.
catastrophizing. Yes.
That motherfucker dropped and you felt better.
She's like,
I mean, half the battle is knowing what you're doing, right? You gotta
she's
be
like
able to have a
G.I.
name.
Joe, the king
You
of
gotta name it. This is real shit, though, dude. This is stuff that I'm really mad at myself because I thought that I was just like, I'm like an overthinking, really smart girl that thinks of every possible outcome of things. Come to find out, that's a mental disorder. Generalized anxiety disorder is what they told me, and part of that, and PTSD clearly, and that results in bitches
What the fuck?
catastrophizing. It's not like I'm being a drama queen.
Yeah. Out here too.
What?
They close the school early tomorrow.
Oh yeah, my kids have no school tomorrow because of 75 mile per hour wind.
But I'm gonna be out this motherfucker with a bomb on my back.
yeah, but Mike,
Right?
you're responsible for yourself. The school is responsible for your children.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad coming home.
Shit, I'm gonna try to bang out tomorrow.
See, Lisa, what you speak of, I think I have more PTSD from bartending than dating per se.
I don't. Well, maybe.
I didn't
were
like-
you like
and-
raped or like what happened that was so bad
Wait a minute.
that would cause PTSD?
God damn.
Well,
Like
women
he hears somebody
women
shaking a
can be-
margarita and he's like PTSD.
Women can be abusive whether they are drinking at a bar or
Okay.
in a relationship with you.
So you had verbal abuse
And
occur?
you deal with all kinds of
There
verbal
is
abuse.
emotional abuse
But
now. We've
the-
learned
the
this all
thing-
the time.
the thing that
There
I'm
is
talking-
emotional abuse.
Agreed. Look, I don't know.
The
That's
thing
all
that I'm
worse than
talking
physical.
about
Beat my ass, please.
is witnessing women when they're not with their man, talking about their man in a non-charitable way.
God
Okay,
damn
they're
it.
hating and they want
So,
somebody to make them feel
they're-
better.
No, they're just being bitches behind their man's back because they're too big a coward to say what they feel to their man.
So did the little boy in you think that that girl is good looking enough so the guy that got her is probably better than whatever because he's with her, not me, so you're internalizing it as a little kid, so you think that like, oh no, I'm even worse than that guy?
You see what you're doing right now?
I'm
This
wondering how
this
that
isn't
is
a nice
PTSD.
way to treat people that are nice to you. You see what I'm saying?
I'm not
So,
being
like,
nice.
So like what you're doing
You're
I'm
cocking
asking
it
you-
out.
you're emasculating me
Oh,
to
God.
make yourself feel better.
No.
Yeah, that's what
I'm
you're doing.
asking you why it pisses you off that girls are venting to you. Because
No,
I would
it's
think
not
that's
that-
a compliment.
It's not that they're venting to
My
me.
end result in
It's
all of
not
that was
they're
to
venting-
compliment
It's
you.
not that they're venting to me. It's that I'm in a bar room about the size of this little space we're podcasting from behind the bar, not interacting with them, yet hearing them. So I see 3 women that have known each other for 30 years talking about their husbands and what's going on in their lives and just being cunts.
Catty bitches.
Yes, and I've seen that from rich women, poor women, black ones, white ones, Asian ones, all of them. And not some specific group of people that I'm like, most of the women that I interacted with when I bartended were bitches. And it had nothing to do with necessarily their interaction with me.
Okay.
It had to do with me witnessing them while they were considering me someone who had them completely tuned out. Which I can only tune so much out.
It's like a fly on the wall and you're watching.
Exactly. I had a fly on the wall experience with women of all kinds of different ways. Men too. That's why I'm never saying fully that all of them are bad on either side.
Correct,
Dudes are fucking douchebags too.
Okay.
They're just more likely to be a douchebag to me when they're in a bad mood. Women will not necessarily always come in and be mean to me, but they'll sit down with their girlfriend and vent to their girlfriend.
Okay.
And that's what I'm witnessing. I had a few that were my friends that would vent to me and we'd talk and it was all good. But
like me, I'm one of those
that's
friends.
That's what I'm saying. You might show up at the bar and we'd actually strike up a friendship and it'd be all good and we'd have a nice time and you'd see you on occasion and it was all good. But there'd be other ones that were there.
It's pretty much how we met.
3 times as much as you. Venting about their lives and being generally cunty about things that they're not willing to be cunty to the person that they're being a cunt about.
Okay, so just a couple thoughts. First and foremost, I didn't mean to emasculate you, dude. I did not mean that. I was going to try to bring it full circle and be like, don't pick up what those bitches are saying because you are actually the good guy in the situation because they're telling you these things. I didn't realize you were just a fly on the wall observing.
Often. Very often.
Yeah, you're getting conversation, but you're seeing a lot of conversations as well.
I have to walk away from you.
You know what I mean? Forgive me for that. I did not mean to do that.
I was just trying to point out to you that you weren't being nice about it. I had a game, in-game You had a plan, sure.
I was going to take you down a path that my therapist would have taken me down, so I would realize that this shit doesn't have anything to do with me.
Well, yeah, not really, but we're all having a conversation. It's all good.
Not me. I meant you. Like, you would see that, you weren't part of it. Okay, fuck it. Anyways, that was just terrible. I just feel bad that
it's all good. I just you made me want to get mad, and I was like, I'm not going to get mad. I'm going to talk to her like an adult, and I'm going to explain to her what she's making me feel as best I can.
You did a good job.
So that we're not fighting, because I don't want to fight with you about it. I want you to understand my position.
Right. I do now. I do.
You pass the pillow around and you say, "Here, it's your turn to talk," and then it's your turn to talk. That's what that was.
That's what we got to do here, where it's like, you have the lighter. You can only talk when you get the lighter or whatever. Right. You know what I mean? Like, there's a flashlight. I noticed
something with you here lately.
Or a candle.
Yeah.
You got an accent that's coming out, and I don't think you know that you're doing it.
Is it Southern?
No.
Her Northern?
It's Cockney.
Her Cockney?
Yeah.
She's speaking Cockney.
I am British, so.
It's something slipping
out. For the Peaky fucking blinder.
Yeah, there's something slipping out.
The Peaky fucking blinder.
If you go back and listen to this episode, you're going to catch it. So there's words I've been catching, like, wait a minute, where the fuck is this coming from? Like, I don't know if you're doing it on purpose or it's just coming out as you're talking, but there's words that are coming out, and I'm like, oh, this is actually kind of funny.
I don't know. I'm a chameleon when it comes to my, weird dialects that I use sometimes, because I change it up. I switch it up depending on, people that I'm talking to that I'm getting yelled at, when I used to be the manager and have to talk to pissed off clients. If they were Southern, I would match their Southern tone because they just seemed to like that more.
Man,
if they were Northern, I would become Northern. I would talk faster just so that they would. I don't know. It's a chameleon thing, I guess. It sucks
sometimes because sometimes I don't realize I'm doing it. Like when I got Hispanic cats talking to me and they'd be like, "Oh, so you know when it's like." You ask for you want to go, I say, and I fucking start mimicking them. I can't help it. If somebody has a specific tone in their voice and it hooks me, I end up starting doing their shit to them.
You emulate it, yeah.
I do that with them Spaniards all day.
I fucking hate when I do it. I used to do this to the cats at my job. Gotcha.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that said, our cameras are dying. We're going to have to start another episode. It's a great timer, but things happen. So, don't forget.
It is what it is.
We love you very much.
Love y'all.
And peace be with you.
Go.
Peace.